Welcome everyone to our 1:30 press conference, delayed a little bit on Wednesday, ahead of our LPGA Drive-On Championship presented by Volvic. Just before we begin, a friendly reminder to please mute yourselves and raise hand or message in the chat section to ask questions, and I will unmute you once it's your turn. But joining us today are two very special guests, major champion and two-time LPGA Tour winner, Morgan Pressel, and also Golf Channel coordinating producer Ben Don, and he's going to provide additional context as needed surrounding Morgan's on-air role. But with that, my first question, Morgan, is about the big news we've heard recently. How excited are you about this role to start?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to join the NBC's family, work with Golf Channel. I've been on the other side of the camera for a long time. I've had the opportunity to dabble a little bit in television, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to see the production behind the scenes, to see everything that goes into showcasing our sport, and to be a part of that production.
You've done it a couple of times before, but may I ask, what has been the most favorite part of that experience that really makes you excited about this role?
I don't know. I think it's just fun, that camera goes on, your mic's on, and you got to come up with something interesting to say. And out here especially, I know a lot of the players. I've competed against them for a long time, know their game, so I'm excited to talk about that, as well as try my hand at a little bit of men's golf upcoming at the Honda Classic as well. So that'll be a little bit of a different challenge, maybe take a little bit more homework, so to speak. But I'm a golf fan, so gonna approach it as a fan watching at home, just like everybody else.
I mean, just reading your schedule, it seems like a lot on your plate, but how excited are you about a packed year with this new role, but also being able to play golf yourself?
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to do both. It's definitely going to be busy. I'm going to have to figure out exactly practice situation and working television, but it's a really unique opportunity for me. I'm grateful to my partners who've supported me in this endeavor and are behind me 100%. My team, working hard to figure it all out, to put all the pieces together. So I don't know, it's something different. I think something that I definitely see hopefully as part of a long-term future, and challenge myself a little bit.
Speaking of television, during your off time when you're not practicing out there, how much time do you spend watching TV shows and movies? And is your family a big movie family?
No, not really. We watch a few movies. I don't watch very much TV at all. That probably would come as a shock to most people. I don't binge watch shows or things like that. But I do enjoy watching golf. I enjoy watching golf on TV and other sports as well. But on a weekend at our house, you'd definitely find golf on TV.
Watching a lot of golf, and I know we talked about this before a little, but you probably have so much homework ahead of this week. What have you been watching and getting prepared for this week?
I'd say, yeah, it's a little overwhelming. Just trying to get all my thoughts together, things that I think would be interesting to people, things that other people might not know about our tour and our players and how wonderful they all are on and off the golf course. And so just really, so far the team at Golf Channel has been wonderful, helping me just whatever I need in terms of encouragement, but also this is how things work. And it's just a learning process. And I have no doubt I'm going to make plenty of mistakes, but I think the team that we're working with this week has been wonderful so far. I know we're going to rehearse a little bit this afternoon, so that should be interesting. And I'm just going to dive in. So,
well, we're excited to watch, and I know Beth Ann has a question. If Beth Ann, you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hey Morgan, how are you?
Hey Beth Ann.
I just want to ask, you're going to be working TV at some pretty big events. Was it hard to, maybe not play Evian, maybe not play the US Women's Open? How did you know you were ready for this?
I don't know how I knew I was ready. I think it's something that I've maybe thought about for a little while. definitely having TV experience helped. Missing a few events here and there, I still have the opportunity to play well at plenty of others. So I'm just it's kind of a bit of a trial year, so to speak, if that makes sense. Try it and see how it works. See if I even enjoy doing television, which I think that I will, but I guess you never know. And if I'm any good at it, that as well. So I don't know if you're ever ready. You just kind of got to try things.
So how many events do you think you'll play this year?
I'll probably play, hopefully, somewhere around 15 events. I don't have an exact schedule quite yet. Might be a couple more, a couple less, a little bit. Also depends on the way our schedule shakes out related to COVID. So.
And just finally, you say you watch a lot of golf. Anybody in particular in the booth, male or female, that you really like their style or how they do things?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, Judy is a legend. Watched her plenty on our LPGA broadcasts. I mean, I think having done television, I'd say for the last 4 or 5 years, I watch golf with a little bit of a different ear. So I have kept a little bit of a catalog in my mind of the way certain people describe things or say things. And but I say the one piece of advice that I've been given from just about everybody is, including Judy, is not to try to be somebody else and to really just be myself. I think literally every single person who's given me advice has told me to just be myself. So I don't know what that means, but we'll find out.
Thank you.
If anyone else has any questions, please feel free to utilize the chat function or raise your hand and I'll call on you. But I would love to throw a question to Ben. Ben, if you don't mind talking about this experience and how, on behalf of Golf Channel, and how excited everyone is about Morgan's new role on air.
Yeah, we couldn't be more excited from the Golf Channel and the NBC Sports side. And I thought, Morgan, I had unique advice to you today, telling you to be yourself. So I guess I'm already 0 for 1. But I think that is first and foremost for anyone in broadcasting to be themselves. But yeah, we couldn't be more excited. Obviously, Morgan brings a championship pedigree to our broadcast as a major champion, an LPGA winner, a USGA champion, 6-time Solheim Cup team member for the United States. And one thing that I'm most excited about, I think a lot of us are, is that, I think it's rare in sports television that someone can play at such a high level. Last week, finished tied for 31st, and then the very next week be the lead analyst on a telecast. So I think, Morgan as a current player and now broadcaster is something we're all really excited about.
Thank you so much, Ben, and was glad to throw you a question there. Beth Ann, I think you have another question.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself again. Morgan, you did the U.S. Open. What year was that for the men?
That was Chambers Bay, which I believe was 2015.
Right, that's right. And what was anything about that experience that really stands out, that you sort of fell in love with it, or the toughest part of it, something like that?
Yeah, related to that, the toughest part stands out probably the most. One, I had no experience, and I literally had no idea what I was doing. I definitely tried to talk to quite a few more people before this week, get a little bit, maybe a little bit more prep work done in terms of actually executing a proper broadcast. But the U.S. Open is just different in terms of the hours. We were on 7 to 7, so that was just crazy. That was definitely the hardest part. 7 to 7 for 4 straight days was pretty intense.
That is intense. Morgan, how do you think your nerves will be compared to Solheim Cup singles match or something like that? How will you? What can you compare? What you think this will be like this week?
I think it'll be. I mean, I'm definitely will have nerves. In terms of a Solheim Cup singles match, I've hit plenty of drives down the fairway on a tee box before, so this is doing something different. Might be a little more nervous. but probably relatively similar. Hope it doesn't come out in my voice, but we'll see.
Well, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Beth Ann.
All right. Close to last chance for questions, but segueing back to golf then, and Ben mentioned your tied 31st finish last week. How do you feel about that week, just coming off of, maybe 2 months of break?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I probably took more time off this winter than I maybe ever have, in a sense of I really just took about a month off where I didn't really play any golf. And part of that was a lot of personal contemplation related to the game. But, I was excited to get back out there. And I wasn't sure how I would feel this week, this is the first time I'm doing television where I'm also qualified, kind of related to Beth Ann's question. I could be playing, so it is a little bit weird. But it was great to get out there last week to play. I definitely worked hard after that short break over the winter with my coach Martin Hall, dialing it in, and it's close. I don't know. Some days I feel like it's so far away, and some days I feel like it's close. But I definitely saw some progress in my game last week. Put a new Odyssey putter in play, and I putted really well, which was encouraging. And I loved that golf course. I just really enjoyed the opportunity to play, and yeah, it was a good week.
So many things it seems for you to be looking forward to this year.
There's lots of balls, lots of juggling going on right now. Yeah. Moving targets.
My last question, if no one else has any questions, is last week I witnessed something really sweet, a moment of you hanging out with girls golf members and your puppy. How is that just, that relationship, given that you were a former girls golf member and now you're doing this, and now you're just casting a wider net for girls to see you and idolize you. I mean, not just the golfer, but also in this role. How do you feel just about the Girls Golf Foundation?
Oh, well, girls golf is just a wonderful opportunity for young to get the next generation involved in the game. It was an opportunity for me, an opportunity for, I met Layla last week, a little 7-year-old who just is obsessed with golf and told me all about her clinic schedule and everything. And it was so precious. And to see somebody of that age have those wide eyes towards the game. And the more we can encourage young women like that to get involved, and it's definitely my favorite part of my job, is the opportunity to meet them and have a positive influence on their life. As the pros before me influenced me and had positive were positive influences in my life, and then became friends. People who I had the opportunity to compete with and against for many years. So I just think the more young ladies we can get involved in this game, and girls golf does a great job, the brighter the future for our sport will be.
Well, thank you so much, Morgan, for your time today. And I think the news is just so timely with March being National Women's History Month, and you're definitely someone that we look up to. So Thank you so much, Morgan, and hope you have fun out there this week.
Thank you, Paula.